Hi, everybody. Welcome back. We had to relearn how to do all this. It's been so long, we forgot completely. And we rely completely on Ali Peacock to get us all going right anyway. So we were all sitting here twiddling our thumbs, pretending to help. So anyway, we're back and sort of left in a precarious position from last time. The drama had ratcheted up, if I remember correctly, even though it's a good chance that I don't. So we're going to start and do our normal what happened last week. And we're going to start with who are we going to start with? We'll start with B. B, what happened last week?
Um, just like a whole bunch of absolute bullshit. We had the party was the big thing. Um, my dad got murdered. I do not remember who murdered him, but okay, V did.
No, not V.
Web
One of
did.
V's.
The
The
web.
web did. Yeah, one of V's
Um,
sisters, as it were.
but B thinks that Noah killed him because she was out there when she got to him. Um, and then B went and did fentanyl laced coke with Ambrose and got into a fight with somebody, I think another girl from the web, and then set the house on fire.
That's that sounds about right. Yeah, B had a rough day, a rough evening.
She's in
Uh,
herself now.
yeah, she is in. Oh, jeez. Which have we seen B in her darkest self before? First time. Oh my gosh. All right. Tessa. What happened with Tessa last week? Or last month, whatever the last time we were doing.
Tessa got picked up from the hospital, by the gang and came back. Um, Went to the party, tried to stir some shit up with, um, God, what's her name? Madison.
Ooh.
Tried to pit Madison against B a little bit. Um, and then got walked in on the dead dad situation, tried to calm B down, didn't work real well. Tessa took a harm from being burned, from holding B. Yeah. And then followed B inside to confront Ambrose. Tessa got in the way of, was it Raquel that was with Ambrose who was trying to leave? And Tessa sort of blocked her, um, and took the blame. Um, but then Tessa tried to get B out, but B decided to stay with Ambrose, and Tessa went into her darkest self and walked out of the burning house and just left B there.
That's true. I believe you freed Raquel from her
Yes,
from the truck.
yes. I freed Raquel from the truck
Wow. Okay.
on my way out.
All right. Well, V, what was V's participation last time? What happened with V?
Isn't this when we found out that Noah's mom is part of the web, or was? She was the one that fled the web. Um, Found that out. PP, I think you do know that it was like, I thought maybe at the end you knew it was part of the web, that you knew it was Raquel.
I think because Eric was alive long enough to have like last words and final talks and
Well,
stuff.
yeah, I think he described what she looked like.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, a trauma response for seeing one of your best friends with, blood all over her face while your dad dies is, I mean, we got to deal with that.
Yeah. Um, Now, because I know what happened to Raquel, to some extent, I'm, I mean, I'm in my darkest self as well, and so I know that Green, she's gonna go after the people that hurt Raquel, and yeah, is that it? I feel like that's it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Sure. All right. And last but not least, Noah. What happened with Noah?
Yeah, so Noah tried to, eat B's dad it was a meal of opportunity. It wasn't she didn't kill him. He was just there. But it was a frenzy, to be sure. And then V convinced her to go eat her dad instead. And that's when we found out that her mom was part of the web, and then Noah, or Mom talked about like not doing anything to her dad, and Noah felt really betrayed about that. So that's where we're at right now. And I guess she's her darkest self too. I guess we all are, right?
Oh my god, we got a whole crew in their darkest self. Oh my gosh. Oh, who knows what's gonna happen? Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, let's try to pick up. As a very wise one once said, in media res. We'll figure out how this goes. So Tessa has just walked off. The camera sees Tessa disappearing into the shadows, into the woods. Or maybe, I guess Tessa drove, right? So maybe, or no.
I think we all rode together, didn't we?
Did everybody
I think we drove.
Oh, okay. So does Tessa just head off walking wherever?
How, location-wise, where is this part? Where is Ambrose's house? Is it like out in the middle of nowhere, or is it?
It's not in the middle of nowhere, but it's very picturesque, and it has a very large. I mean, it's on a bit of a private estate. You could get to a street that's actually relatively trafficked. I mean, well populated, but you'd have to walk through, like their private woods that block them from the traffic and stuff. It might take a good 5-10 minutes of walking, but you could get, like, if you needed an Uber or something, they would be available.
I'm just gonna go to V's car, and Tessa just gets in the passenger seat and closes the door.
Okay.
I'm just gonna sit there.
Okay.
I assume we'll come back eventually.
Sure. Okay, so the camera sees Tessa do that, and
I feel like the car is parked with like the fire blazing behind Tessa.
That's what I was trying to
picture. She's just sitting there in the car, flames in the building behind her.
That's right. And as she's staring, let's say, off into space with this, I assume, rather angry look on her face, I can only imagine.
I think it's less angry and more just empty.
Oh, okay. So a very blank, almost robotic sort of look.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, we see her do that, and then we see her phone. You get a text, and as you look down to see the phone, you realize you're getting a text from Brittany, your mom. Do you open it, or do you let it sit? I mean, what sort of situation is Tessa in right now?
She picks her phone up and turns it off.
Okay. We see her do that, and the scene then cuts to fire. B, your dad, who has run back into the burning building, being a fireman, has started getting people out, and somebody, we don't know who, yells, B is back in Ambrose's room, or something, it tells him that where B is. And this is your dad, who was dressed up for the grown-up version of the party. Who is, what's his name?
Reese.
Yes. So, he Buster, he's using his suit jacket as to block the fire a little bit, and he busts down the door, and we see B on the bed, you describe it. How is she? Last I remember, she was maybe trying to protect Ambrose. I don't remember exactly what.
I don't think it's like a protection thing. I think that Ambrose, did the coke and then laid down just flat on his back on the bed, it hit him and he was out. And I think that she's just laying, cuddling him. I think she's on her side and has an arm over him and a leg over him.
Gotcha.
And he's just laying there.
Okay. Well, that's
if the building wasn't on fire, this wouldn't look out of place.
I see. Okay. So he busts in and he's yelling, "B, come on, we got to get out of here. Come on, let's go." And he's like he's in fireman mode. I mean, he is in absolutely. He's not asking questions. He is get out of the house immediately. And if you aren't responding to him immediately, then he's going to try to run over and grab you and physically carry you out of the room.
I think that I don't think she does anything. I think he can come over and try to pick her up, but she's not letting go of Ambrose.
Okay. Well, he's the closest thing to a heroic good guy that we have this season, and there's Reese, and he bends down. God damn it! He grabs both of you, and Ambrose is. He's not a football. He's athletic, but he's small. And B, of course, I'm sure weighs 70 pounds soaking wet. So he picks you both up physically, still holding on to each other. He picks you both up as if you were one person in his arms, and just busts out again. And we get a slight sound effect of a bit of a sizzle as he grabs you. B is still super hot. She is, like, temperature-wise, super hot. And he busts out. Pretty much everybody is getting out of the house. And we see him bust out the front door into, like, out to where the cars and stuff are, out the front door of the guest house portion, just as fire trucks and stuff are pulling up. And he's coughing, and the paramedics are coming over to help him out with you guys. And we look over and we see Noah and V. They are outside. I assume they're safe. They're not inside burning to death. So what are Noah and V currently doing? What's the situation? Are you together?
I think so.
You ended the night together.
I think last time we saw them, they were together, like holding each other. So
what's their sort of expression? What would the camera see looking at the pair of them? What are they thinking of this? What's happening right now?
I think that she's smirking until she sees B come out.
And then what?
And I think she's mad.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Noah, what's Noah's outlook on all this?
I think Noah is more kind of like glazed over, like her face is just kind of blank. I think she just has a lot on her mind with her whole mom and dad situation, so I think she's like replaying that in her head. So even like, everything around her, she's just kind of tuned out almost.
Gotcha. You know what occurs to me? This might be sort of a good time. We'll do a little for a quadrant situation here, and we're going to do a sort of stylistic. We're in our darkest selves sort of shot. And since some of us, we have never been in our darkest selves before, we're going to go through and we're going to read everybody's darkest self. And in the order on my screen, we'll just go clockwise. So Tessa, why don't you read your darkest self first so we know the situation Tessa's in.
They don't need you. You are worthless to them. In fact, they probably don't even notice when you aren't around. Withdraw and isolate yourself. Show them what their life would be like without your help. You know they are weak and broken, so use their insecurities to hit them where it will hurt the most. You escape your darkest self when you hurt the person you care most about, or when someone proves how much you mean to them.
Okay. V, what's your darkest self?
Mine is you're tired of being misunderstood, you're tired of being underestimated. You have been holding back in order to protect them all. None of them appreciate what you can do for them, only what you can. What? I guess I did a typo. We never even caught this, Josh. We're almost in the end of the season. Nobody appreciates what you can do for them. Make them change their mind, make them yours, poison them, drain them, all of them, until they beg you to tell them what they can do for you.
Gotcha. Okay, wow. All right. Noah, what's Noah's darkest self?
Your dull hunger sharpens. You can't focus on anything else but feeding. And in addition to your peculiar cravings, you recognize something else. That primordial hunger which connects all hungers. Flesh, blood, meat. You escape your darkest self once you've overindulged or you've been locked out for long enough to regain composure.
Oh, jeez. Holy crap. Okay. And wow. And B, what's B's darkest self?
Hate is what you know best. Unleash all of Dante's hell upon people, crush the weak before you, and force the strong to bow. Any slight is met with the grandest show of force you can muster. Stay in your darkest self until you drive someone to seriously doubt themselves, or a person you hate admits they fear you.
Oh, jeez. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. So Ambrose, we go back to B and Ambrose and Reese. Reese is checking you over for burns, B. I mean, he is like desperately like pulling your hair to the side and feeling you around, making sure checking under your shirt and your legs, your pants, all the normal places where people get burned, your arms, and he's like, "Oh my God, are you okay? How you doing? Are you all right?"
I think that she was pretending to be asleep, as he was carrying her.
Okay.
So I think she like yawns,
Oh.
and it's just like, what happened?
And he gestures. I mean, the house is fully. I mean, the guest house, which is separate from their main house, but the guest house is fully involved. It is on fire. He's. I don't know how you slept through that. You're okay. Do you feel burned? Do you feel bad?
No, I feel great actually.
And he pauses. That catches him off guard. And he sort of looks you over, and he realizes that he's covered in soot and ash. I mean, he had a full suit with a jacket and everything on, and you're just in a dress with a little mask. And he looks you over and he says, "You're right. You don't have any. You don't even show any like third-degree burns. This is okay. All right. Good. Good. Good." And he then turns his attention over to Ambrose, who is right there. And he sat down. And Ambrose, he sort of starts slapping him on the face. And he goes, "Oh shit! Oh shit!" And Ambrose doesn't look like he's breathing. And he yells for another paramedic, but paramedics are pretty. They're busy. They're coming as soon as they can. And he starts doing like chest compressions on him. And B, while he's down doing like mouth to mouth and then chest compressions, whenever he glances away one more time as paramedics start to wake up or start to walk up, Ambrose looks over at you and gives you a wink. And then he goes back to being asleep or being unconscious.
I think she smiles.
And it looks like he chuckles, but he sort of turns it into a cough. Like, and the paramedics come over at that point and take over. And Ambrose sort of, lets himself be sort of picked up and carried. And he manages to whisper in B's ear right as he walks by, "That was the hottest thing I've ever seen in my life." And he walks right. The paramedics have to walk him sort of past where Noah and V are, and he looks V up and down in a way that he's probably done for V a million times. But then he catches Noah's eyes, and as Ambrose catches your eyes, he actually physically stops. The paramedics have to sort of catch themselves, and he says, "Well, that's no." And then he's carried off again. He's bundled off. And right now, people are trying to figure out what's going on. The cops have arrived. They are questioning people. Tessa, you see through the car window and the cops, you can hear them as they're walking by.
You froze.
Oh fuck! My connection's unstable. Oh, this fucking internet. Okay, so did you hear about Kevin being in a cop car?
Nope.
Oh,
All I heard was you see through the window.
You see through the window that Kevin is currently being in the back of a cop car, and two cops are walking by, not realizing that you're maybe in the car that you're in, thinking the car's empty. But you hear two of them go, "This kid just confessed to everything. Said he shot like 2 firemen. He's fucking, I don't know. Maybe he's out of his mind, but." Whatever it is, the DA's going to have a field day with this guy. And they sort of wander off. And yeah, so what do all of you do? Anybody? What are you players going to play? What game do you play?
Tessa does nothing.
Oh,
She's just sitting there. I think the look on her face is completely empty, but there's like one singular tear.
Are you in my car?
Hmm.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there.
I think once, unless I don't know what Noah's gonna do, but I think V just gets up and leaves Noah and walks to her car.
Unless Noah like smells anything that seems interesting, she'll go. But she's probably.
Well,
I mean, it's probably like nostrils flaring like the whole time, like very much like an animal.
to Noah's experience though, this chaos gives her tons of new experiences. People are afraid, adrenaline is pumping. Some people have gotten cuts and bruises from, bleeding, cutting themselves on glass or whatever might be out. Even the paramedics and the firemen all have this sort of adrenaline / fear going on. It is, frankly, it's a buffet. It is a cornucopia for Noah right now in this place. And anybody that you know from school is here.
So, does the darkest self does it override like the old hungers?
No, I think. Well, that's a good question. I'm willing to defer to you what you think might be the most interesting part of that. But let me pull yours up here just so I can. I know it says something about meat and eating and all that.
Oh no, I guess it says in addition to. I'm just wondering if
Okay.
that's like if any of like that sort of stuff is going to be more like what she wants.
I think here's the way I interpret it, and I'm open to you saying I want to do it another way. Is you have a new hunger for as long as you are in your darkest self for flesh, for meat. It's not blood. It's not, this is meat. And frankly, some people are well burned. Some people are not feeling good. There's a lot of cooked meat laying around. Not laying around. Nobody's, as far as you can tell, nobody is actively burning or dead. But I'm just saying, you do see your mother. Your mother is, your dad is nowhere to be seen. Your dad is not on scene as far as you can tell. Your mother is talking to, let's see who your mother is talking to. Let me roll some dice here. Your mother is talking to Remy. Your mother is talking to Remy right now. Like, sort of, for whatever reason, Remy is coughing and hacking. Looks like some of her outfit has been singed. And your mom sort of like just happens to be the closest adult nearby. But otherwise, almost everybody from school is here.
Okay, so if she does end up smelling the meat, oh god, that's probably gonna be like number one at this like what she wants the most. So if she does,
Okay.
she's gonna kind of almost, I guess, track it.
You track it, and the person. There's one person who's seems to have been overlooked by the paramedics. at least so far. And maybe she went through a window or something, but she has a really big gash on her arm. And you sniff around and look and look. You have to look, but eventually you come across in the bushes Maggie sitting there, and she's holding like her forearm, like up here by her elbow, and it's got a pretty good gash. It's ugly. I mean, this thing needs wrapped in stitches for sure. There's a bit of muscle poking through. But
okay.
she's like, I didn't know what to do. I'm sorry. I didn't know what to do.
No, I mean, it's okay. Do you need help with that?
And she looks up and she smiles a little bit and looks up and goes, yeah, I guess so. Everybody's just so busy. I didn't want to bother anybody.
She's too nice. Okay. I will sit down with her. And I'm going to take her arm.
Okay.
And I guess where the gash is, she's gonna. I guess
Yes.
she's gonna take like one solid lick to see if that is what she wants.
And you hear Maggie go, like gasp, like taking a breath, but she doesn't pull back and she doesn't pull away. And when you look up, she is staring in your eyes, just unblinking, just like, my gosh. And yeah, I mean, it was delicious. My God, that's holy shit. That was good.
If she doesn't pull away, I was gonna try for a little nibble, a little bite.
Okay. And at first you feel her tense up, and when she does that, I mean, something in you can taste the adrenaline. It gives it. It's almost like it's spicy. It's the blood it tastes a little different. Tastes better. And when you bite in, I mean, you can't help yourself. And as you take a like where it's obviously hurting, I mean, you're biting into her arm at this point. You hear her sort of stifle a squeal, but she's got her hand over her mouth and she's letting you go. She's letting you do this. And as you look up, I assume you take one sort of good bite, and she's got tears in her eyes. She's obviously she's like biting on her other hand, trying to not scream out. And she says, "Does this mean you're gonna help me with what we talked about? Is this how it works?"
I think Noah's gonna kind of lean back a little bit. She's not like completely out of like hunger, obviously, but it's just kind of like a jolt of like, oh, this is someone who shared something very personal with me, who likes me, and is a human being. And she kind of like looks back at her and is like, no, I don't know how to do that. I told you that.
And what are you doing?
Well, I was hungry. And Maggie, if this is what you want, then this is what you have to be.
And you see her sort of sit there and process this. And she stares at she hasn't blinked this whole time. She has been staring at you. And while she did have some tears running down her face when she felt the pain, she gasps audibly as whatever you just said finally hits home. And tears just pour out of her eyes. And she takes a deep breath and she screams her head off. Screams for help. And she tries to push you away. You are considerably stronger than her. But she is trying to get away from you and push you away. It's as if out of nowhere, she suddenly sees a monster has appeared in front of her. And she is trying to get to anyone that can help her. She's running towards, or she wants to run. She's trying to pull off towards the cops, the paramedics, to tell them what's happening right now.
Is anybody coming?
There's a lot of screaming happening. I mean, it's. She did get some attention of a couple of cops. They're good. They're decent ways away. And they can't really see you because you're sort of backlit by sort of a fire situation. You're in the bushes. There's a reason Maggie had been, overlooked up until now. But yeah, if you sit here, they're going to find you both. Maybe that's what you want. I don't know.
No. If they find us, then she's not gonna be able to get what she wants. What I think she's gonna do, she's gonna take one more bite and run off.
Of the same sort of wound on her arm? Yeah. So you immediately, once again, just and slash, and you pull off a good hunk of skin and meat, and you take off running. She screams, and then it fades off as she just passes out, faints dead away. You get out of there just in time to see the cops start shining their flashlights in the bushes, trying to see what's going on. And you hear, "Holy shit! Oh my god! Here, help me, Bob!" And they go over and they're obviously going to try to help this girl, who is currently unconscious. And where do you run to?
I guess she's gonna run to the car.
All right, so that's 3 of you in the car. B, what are you going to be doing?
I'm gonna look for the dad who seems to be the least busy.
Well, right now the least busy is probably Reese himself, because he's sort of telling people what to do. He's the chief, but he's not actively fighting the fire. But they're all pretty goddamn busy. Reese.
So, I don't remember if I told my dad, any of them, that Eric was murdered.
Yes, Reese knows. That's
Okay.
why he had Raquel in the car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
Reese saw Eric. He knows that Raquel did it.
Okay. I'm still gonna go to Reese. She can't get away with this.
Don't worry, we got her dead to rights. It's not gonna. She can't get away with this. You saw what you saw. I saw what I saw. We know who she is, where she is. I mean, unless it's a slam dunk. I mean, unless somebody else comes up and says that they did it for some reason, this is a piece of cake. It's over with. Don't worry about it. We got him.
Have I? Gray walked away. I've seen Raquel at the web before, haven't I? I know.
Yes, she's been there when you've been there. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. Thank you, Gray. There's a group of women that she lives with. That I don't know if they were directly involved, but I have a bad feeling about it.
Really? Like some sort of cult or something?
Yeah, kind of like a more like a coven, like a sisterhood.
Right. Right. Okay. Okay. You got their address? We can send some people over there.
Yeah.
Okay. You give him the address, and he says, "All right, I'm gonna finish this up. After that's over, we'll radio that in. I'll make sure the cops here, the chief knows what's going on. We'll get to the bottom of it. Don't worry, nobody's gonna get away with this. Not again."
I think she hugs him like a little kid, like arms wrapped around, like hugs him.
And you haven't hugged him like this in a long time, and it takes him. It surprises him for a second, and you're in your darkest self. So he's like, and he hugs you back. Finally, it only takes a second or so, but he hugs you back. He gives you a kiss on the head, and he goes, "Hotshot, you're burning up. You should get home and get some rest. Just, your friends drove you here, right? Can they get you home?"
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're gonna be a little late. You're just take care of yourself. I'm worried about you. That's and he puts his hand to your head, and he's like, "Golly, jeez, kid, you really you need to take some ibuprofen or something. My God." And he goes, right then something collapses. He goes, "Oh, I gotta go," and he takes off.
She is not going to go into that car because that feels like a bad option. Do I know where Ambrose has ended up?
You would have seen him. Yeah, I mean, the paramedics are pretty obvious where the ambulances are. And Ambrose is currently not even laying down. He's sitting at the back of one of the ambulances. He's got a towel around his shoulders and seems, he's sipping on a cup of water, coffee, or something.
Hey, are you all right?
Never better. How are you?
I've got an idea. If you want in on it.
I love ideas. Fuck yeah. Let's do it.
And I think she starts walking to whatever direction his car would be.
He throws his towel off, drains his glass of whatever's in it, follows you to his car.
I think she gets in the driver's seat.
he chuckles. He chuckles and he goes, "God damn, I might be in love." But you don't hear that. He just says that over the car after you've gotten in, and then he gets in the car, and we'll come back to you guys. About 5 minutes previous, before Noah runs over to the car, V, you and Tessa, you're in the car, just sort of staring off into space when V gets in to the driver's side. What's up, V?
Do you want to talk about it or no?
Let's just go home.
Where's home, Tessa? For you? I mean, I know where I'm going, but I don't have a fuck where you're going.
So I don't have a home now? Is that what you're saying?
No, you have a choice. It's us or B.
Fuck B. Take me home.
It's not going to be good for B if you come home with me.
I don't give a shit.
Okay. And I think she starts the car, and hopefully that's when Noah walks up, because I'm not leaving Noah.
You're on your
Fucking shit. I think I know how to work the computer. All right, here we go. Yeah, right then Noah walks up, and Noah, you fling open the back seat of the car. Oh yeah, you describe how you get in the car and what your state currently is.
I think Noah is absolutely covered in blood from like the mouth to like the neck, and she's booking it. She comes in, she's probably sliding to the back. It's like, we gotta go.
Because V knows you, she's going to say, whose blood is that?
Maggie's.
Oh, okay. And she's gonna drive off. She wants Maggie dead. She can give a fuck.
What does she want Maggie did? What did Maggie ever do?
Maggie's so creepy with Noah.
Oh, well, that's true. Maggie's very creepy. Okay, that's true. I can't argue with that. That's true. Okay. So we're gonna hold off on B and Ambrose for just a little bit because, god dang, I'm very interested in what the hell's gonna happen there. I have no idea, and I'm scared shitless. So here we go. You guys sort of peel off, get out of there. It's chaos getting out of the location, but you do, and you three get to the Noah. I assume do you go with them or do you get dropped off at home?
I'll go with them.
Okay.
I don't think she wants to go home.
Gotcha. You guys get there, get in the elevator, and we see the three of you in the elevator. Quite the sight between the three of you. Tessa with her makeup running down her face, no blood covering the whole half of her body. V looking, I don't know, what does V look like? What sort of state is V in?
I think V, because she's in her darkest self, I think she's becoming more like skeletal.
Okay.
Like I think her angles are looking like sharper. I think she's not looking like herself by the time she gets up the elevator.
Okay. So we see the three of you sort of going up the elevator in this sort of comedic, dead on shot for a second. And when it opens up, there is chaos at the web. Women are yelling at each other, screaming. Raquel is screaming something at Amelia. Louisa and Onyx look like they're about to come to blows. They are in each other's face and shoving each other. And whenever the elevator door dings, it all sort of stops just long enough for them to look and see it's the three of you. And it all just starts happening again. They're all just at each other's throats, yelling and screaming. The nearest you can hear is Onyx is like really on Luisa's like case about who she's talked Raquel into killing, and Luisa's like the guy deserved it. And Raquel's like, nobody told me what to do. I'm doing whatever I want to do. Amelia is yelling at, Aurelia is yelling at Amelia because they're also obviously this whole murder of this fireman has caused a pretty big rift in the web. Nobody can really has come to the conclusion as to whether it's good or bad.
I'm immediately gonna go to Aurelia.
Okay. Aurelia is you don't see her lose. I don't know if you've ever seen her sort of lose her cool. Not for real. Even when she was angry, she would keep it locked in pretty tight. But she is about to lose it. She turns and goes, where the hell were you when this was all happening? I'm
trying to stop it. I mean, regardless of what is happening, I think she is coming for us and we need to go.
She who? What are you talking about?
The bee with the fireman. I think she has something powerful about her and I'm not fucking with it and I'm not going to lose our family. We've got to go.
Oh, god dang.
Do I need a roll or something?
No, I'm trying to. I don't think so because Aurelia agrees with you.
Yes.
Aurelia, you're sort of taking Aurelia's side unknowingly in this argument, and Onyx runs up to you, and goes, "What the fuck? Where are we running from? This is exactly what we wanted to happen. But it's just she picked the wrong guy. Let him bring it on."
She didn't pick the wrong guy. She was told to choose the wrong guy. This is the last fucking thing that we need for this family, and we need to go.
Well, there's one person here that told her to do it, and she points her finger right at Louisa. Maybe she shouldn't come with us.
Louisa is part of this family.
As long as she keeps making choices like this, well, it's not my place, apparently.
Exactly. It's not your fucking place. Let's go.
Fine. And she goes and starts just grabbing. She grabs literally like one bag, and Onyx apparently has a bug out bag. Amelia goes, "We really should calm down and think about this. What are you? Where are we going? Where are we gonna go?"
No, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not in charge, and I'm gonna look at Aurelia.
Look, and Aurelia sort of takes the nod. We have a place. It's in New Orleans. We could go there and keep our heads low for a couple of days. But we have a lot of loose ends in this town. We will have to come back. But of course, we have a place where we can hide out. And she starts, and Amelia's like, "Oh, all right. I mean, I guess." Raquel's like, "What do you mean we're gonna hide out? I didn't do anything wrong." And Louisa is standing right behind her, and Raquel's in your face, V.
You didn't do anything wrong. It was just the wrong person. What you did was right, but it's not the right family we need to fuck with at this moment. Okay?
And Louisa sort of smiles from behind Raquel. She goes, "I've fucked with his family before. And I'm still here. Why can't we?
Because
Look at us." She says, look at us. How many men have we killed? And we're afraid of 6? And a girl?"
the girl could easily be a part of the web. She's who I'm scared of.
Well, I'll be here when you get back. That's fine. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not
Okay.
afraid. And if anyone here wants to stay, you're more than welcome.
I
no, I
will
don't
go.
live here, but maybe some people should stay. It may look suspicious if everybody leaves.
No, what you're not saying.
I didn't mean that. I'm just saying that maybe somebody should stay here. You know, they'll come here, and they'll find it empty, and then they'll do whatever they can to find you again.
Then I'll stay. Everybody else go. I'll stay.
Louisa sort of saunters over. Louisa's never in a hurry anywhere. To Noah, and she runs a finger along like your chin. She says, "Whose blood is this?"
Just somebody we go to school with.
And she sort of sniffs her fingers and takes a little taste. "This isn't a man's blood, is it?"
No.
"Is this person dead?"
I don't know. She was on the ground when I left. Why does it matter? I'm not one of you.
"No, you're not." She looks at V. "Are your friends in the habit of harming women, V?" And now the place is silent. The whole place is quiet. Even Onyx is staring. Everyone's staring at you.
No. No, they're not.
And you, Tessa. Go ahead. Say it. Were you going to say something? I'm sorry. Okay. She looks at Tessa. She goes, "And what about you? Would you stay if they stay?"
Doesn't matter what I do.
"Oh, I think it matters a great deal. You're the one's going to have to make a choice, aren't you?"
I've made my choice.
"Oh, How nice it is to hear that. Aurelia finally picks up and says, all right. Amelia and I are taking whoever wants to go to New Orleans. I am not in the habit of leaving people behind or splitting up the web. But this is an issue for you to figure out. And she points, or she nods at V. Especially since, and she sort of stands up a little taller, especially since you're the one who's going to take my place someday. And now everybody's staring at Aurelia. Like, what the fuck? And Raquel Raquel looks like she's about to go off, like she's about to physically jump you, until a quick look from Aurelia sort of shuts her down. I'll take Raquel with us. You're coming with us. I don't care what you say. Shut up. Amelia, Raquel, myself, Onyx, please. And whoever else wants to come. That includes you, Tessa. That includes you. You. She looks at Noah. Obviously, I haven't forgotten your name.
I think when she says that, I'm going to say she's a daughter of the web.
Who are you talking to?
Was that Aurelia who said that?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to say that to Aurelia.
About Noah?
Mm-hmm.
She goes, what does that mean? What do you mean who's your mother? And she's looking at Noah. Oh, let's look it up.
That's why I said that, because I don't have a fucking clue what your mom's name is.
We got it. Come here. Well, my computer would work. But yes, your mother is...
My mom's name is Beth.
When you say her name, the color drains out of Aurelia's face. I mean, she goes white. Your mother? Your mother is Beth. What's your father's name?
Marcus.
And Noah, you immediately sense there's blood in the room, and you realize it's coming from Aurelia squeezing her nails into her palm so hard that her hand is bleeding right now. I take that back. You are not welcome to come with us. You stay here and deal with whatever needs to be dealt with.
Okay, I don't know what I did to you, but alright.
It's what your mother did to me.
Well, my mother did something to me too, so.
Your mother has the habit of leaving the people she cares about, apparently. Where do you live? Are you gonna? She's asking for your address.
Well,
Do you give it to her or not?
Why? I just live in town.
I would like to pay her a visit. Catch up on old times.
Is that true? You seem
Do you
really
care?
upset.
Do you care if it's true?
I'm not ready for my mom to die.
Well, I wasn't ready for my wife to leave me. but she did. Very well. Fine. We're leaving. Everyone grab your bags. And she lets her fingers go, and you can see a blood drip off her palm onto the floor. And as everyone passes, I mean, at this point, things have gotten quiet, real fast. And everybody who's leaving leaves. As Amelia passes you by, Noah, she lays a hand on your shoulder and sort of gives you a little squeeze. She's the caring aunt of the group, and she understands that you didn't do anything wrong. But yeah, so everyone leaves except for V, the three of you, and Louisa has stayed. And Louisa goes, well, Vivian, as I should say mother at this point, I suppose. What are we doing next? Cut to Ambrose and B in a car. That's a nice car. It's a Porsche. It's an older, like 80s, streetcar Porsche. Meticulously restored. Dark red. And you're driving. And I can only assume B's driving like a bat out of hell. B does not drive slowly, I'm sure.
B cannot see very well. So driving is very difficult for her.
Okay.
So, she might be driving like a bat out of hell, and by that I mean like a toddler just got behind the wheel of a car.
Okay.
I think that this is maybe like the third time that B has ever driven a car before.
Okay. Ambrose looks afraid for his life, and yet like he's on the greatest roller coaster he's ever seen, and he's laughing, and looks like he's this close to pissing his pants, but he's loving every second of it. So he's, where do you take him? Where do we go?
We're going to the web.
Oh shit. Okay. Do you just bust on into the front, right up front, or do you park a little bit away and you're gonna look, or how do you see this going down?
It's nighttime, yeah.
Oh yeah. This is actually well into the night. It's probably early morning at this point, like 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning.
No, I think that I'm just out front. Like on.
Okay. When you guys get there, you see 1, 2, 3, 4 women, who are just getting into a couple of nice cars, like and throwing bags in the trunks and stuff, and you recognize them. One of them is Raquel.
I think when she sees Raquel, her body gets hot again, like it did. And it's like there's like a gentle glow
Ooh.
coming off of her.
Okay.
But I don't think she gets out of the car. She doesn't want to be seen.
Okay.
But she turns to Ambrose. We're gonna burn this building down. It's what's happening.
Ambrose goes, all right, well, let's do it. What can I do to help?
You see that one? And she'll point to Raquel. She just killed my dad, so I really would have liked for her to be in the building. But I think that this will leave enough of a message. I think that it should probably work.
I mean, we can track them down. I mean, wherever they're going, looks like they're trying to bug out. Maybe they know you're coming.
I want to do this first.
Okay.
And maybe we can find them after.
Sounds good. Yeah. Oh, that sounds great. Let me tell me what to do, and he's following your lead. You describe what you plan to happen.
Okay, this is once again where like PP doesn't know how to commit arson.
Sure.
um,
Okay, then describe how obvious you want it to be that it is arson versus whether it wants to look like an accident.
I want it to. I want the police to think it's an accident, and I want the web to know it was on purpose.
Okay, that's a trick. That might be a trick. And as you where's this at? Okay. Yes, as you sit there for a second. I mean, it takes a couple of minutes for the ladies to get out of the building and sort of get on their way. And meanwhile, you sort of describe what you want Ambrose, or you talk to Ambrose about what you want to happen.
Once they are gone,
yeah,
gone enough, I think she gets out of the car and like tells Ambrose to follow. And I think she tells him whatever you were about to say, but then also finishes it with I think she just tells him to hit her. Like hard.
Okay. So to like leave a mark, to make it look real.
Well, she is trying to get him to like rile her up enough and like cause her enough like distress that she will hopefully catch fire again.
Oh, okay. And he's like, well, I'm not usually in the habit of hitting girls. But I mean, if you think it'll help, I might need you to do if I do this for you, I might need you to do something for me later. Is that all right?
Yeah, I'll do whatever.
That's what I like to hear. Boom! And he slaps the fuck out of you. Slaps you hard, and you take a harm for it. He's shockingly strong. And you feel like even during the slap, whatever fire you had felt inside before wells up almost stronger than it did before. I mean, whatever you had inside just grows and grows and grows, and you are glowing red hot right now.
I don't remember if we like fully established how this whole fire thing happens or if she just like catches on fire. But I think she goes red hot, and then I see the scene of like her. I think she kisses Ambrose, and then it's just fire. I don't know how arson works. I know that you can't just like set a brick building on fire.
Well, you're magic, and magic it can do anything. So you pull him up to you, and you are holding on to Ambrose and making him kiss you, and he is into it, but God, it's starting to burn. I mean, his lips are blistering. He is hot. But meanwhile, you have another hand sort of up against behind you on the wall, and we see the brick itself start to char and melt, and we see through a lower story window a flame has started inside the building, and it is slowly but surely catching on fire. You are glowing like a iron rod just pulled from a forge. You are red hot, putting off your own light. You are a sight to be seen. And speaking of, Tessa, you had to go out and get some air. It was there was too much inside. Families arguing. You have a let's just say you're used to that and you know how to make yourself scarce when families start fighting like that. So you're outside. Tessa doesn't smoke, but does she vape or do
Tessa
anything like
smokes.
that?
Tessa
Oh, she
smokes
does.
cigarettes.
Oh,
Yeah.
literal cigarettes. Okay, gotcha. So you're outside smoking a cigarette when you hear, and around the corner of the building, and you see Aurelia and the others pull away. But then you hear two more car doors, and you hear B's voice, and you look around, and you see B and Ambrose talking, and this is before the kiss and the fire and all that. Do you do anything? Do you go upstairs? What happens?
I stay where I'm at, and try to stay out of their eyesight. I pull my phone out and turn it back on. I send a text to V that says she's here, leave out the back, and then I start recording. And Tessa records the whole thing from the slap on.
Okay.
And as the building starts to catch fire and B is just making out with Ambrose, setting this building on fire, V stops the recording, texts it to Reese, and turns around and goes to meet V and Noah by the back door. And as she walks away, after she sends that to Reese, she opens up another text message to Noah and just types, "She's afraid of fear. Send."
Okay.
And I just go to the back door.
Okay. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Chaos at the Holiday Inn. Okay, here we go. V, you and Noah both get text messages about the same time. Louisa is doing whatever Louisa's doing. She's on her phone. Looks like she's prepping for something. B, you get the message that B is already here. And you should probably leave through the back door. Noah, you get the message that Tessa sent to you, that she's afraid of fear. What is happening? You guys tell me what you're doing.
I'm gonna look at Louisa and say, shit's about to go up in smoke, so I'm out.
Louisa nods and grabs a bag of her own and saunters towards the back stairs. Noah, what are you up to? You just following V, or what's up?
Yeah, I think I'm following for the time being. I think she's thinking about being afraid of fear and trying to figure out how to use that, I think.
Fair enough. Okay. So Louisa is the first one out the door. She comes around and she's putting lipstick on as she walks up to you, Tess. And she sort of runs a finger down your arm and goes, "Thank you very much. You're an incredibly useful addition. I'm on your side."
I just stare at her.
So brooding.
I'm glad I
love
could be of use.
I love it. I love you. You're wonderful. Amazing. All right, well, off we go. I wouldn't want to burn up because of one of your friends. But then V and Noah come out. She Louisa makes herself scarce. She's got her own car. She walks out that way. B, you and Ambrose can see Louisa leave around the back alley. Get in her car, and unless you stop her for some reason, she leaves. V, Noah, Tessa's out there waiting for you. They all come outside. What happens? What do you guys talk about?
We can go to my place. My mom's place.
Did
It's not far from here. I've walked it before.
Did she see you?
No.
Okay.
We can get the truck.
Yeah.
And I just start walking in the direction of my house or the apartment.
Okay. Do you let B and them see you, or do you go the back way?
Back way. My goal is to not be seen by them.
Okay. That is okay. That's relatively easy to do. Actually, no. We're gonna just for fun. We're gonna roll a dice for
Roll the runaway.
Roll a runaway. We'll just see how this goes.
I'm not good at these. Let's try it. Here we go. Do I have any things that I can use? Not really. Is this an attempt to solve V's problem?
If you can somehow convince me it is, I'm all ears.
I mean, I know that V wants to confront B, and leading them back to my apartment is the attempt to get us away so that we can make a game plan.
I would say yes.
Okay, cool. Then I get a +1 for being codependent. So it's just going to be a straight roll.
Okay.
Ooh, that's an 11.
Hey.
6 and a 5.
Yep. So you make it out, and on a 10+, you get 2. Run away. Let's see. Yeah, you just get away to a safe place. So you take the back alleys, and yeah, you're well aware of how to get home from here. The apartment is still unused, so yeah, you guys are basically safe for the time being. In the meantime,
on our way in, I'm gonna send them in. I'm gonna stop off at Kyle's truck.
Okay.
Which is out there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming.
Sure, yeah, that's where it was when you guys ate his face.
And I'm assuming he didn't lock it because he was packing it with shit on his way out.
No, he was ready to go. He was.
So I don't want them to see me. But I go over to the truck and I go to the glove compartment and open it up, and I think it's full of just shit. But underneath, and I know exactly where to go for, underneath all the shit, there's a gun. And Tessa takes it and tucks it into the back of her pants and pulls her flannel over it so you can't see it.
Perfect.
And then I go into the apartment.
Okay. All right. And as you guys were walking, Noah, you get a text from your mom. Well, actually, you get a call from your mom. It starts ringing. And I'm caught you while you're reading. No, this is Noah.
Noah. Okay.
Well, she did. I wait for. Okay, she doesn't answer it. You get long enough that it goes to voicemail, and you get a text immediately. Are you okay? I couldn't find you. What happened after the fire? Please say you're okay.
She's just gonna send a thumbs up and then her phone off.
Okay. All right. You all get there. B, you and Ambrose is all about this. He is all over you. Oh, B's not there. B's now turned away and B disappeared. All right. Actually, it's been. Go ahead. Yes.
I want to gaze into the abyss once we get there.
To the apartment?
Yeah.
Oh, then this is a great time for that. Go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Fingers crossed. Hold on. And we're indoors. I keep forgetting that I have.
Oh, that's right. You're +1 or whatever.
Or I have my web sense that I have like better perception, and I keep forgetting that I have a +1. I just never
Okay.
use it.
Well, you remember this time, so there you go.
It'll be a 10.
Okay, well, 10's a good success. So ask me what you're looking for. What are you trying to do?
I want to know how to protect the family.
The spider, as everything goes still and monochrome. The Black Widow, which seems to have gotten either smaller, or maybe you're just getting more comfortable with it, is standing like upside down at the top of the stairwell as you guys are walking upstairs. It's clutched to the ceiling, and to your vision is filling the entire stairwell. And he goes, "Yes, protect. Important." And it stops, and you can see that it tilts its head back and forth like it's thinking. And then it says, it skitters over to Tessa. And it looks around Tessa, and it crawls around Tessa. It says, "This one will help." Then crawls over Noah. "This one will choose. Be her friend. Have her choose you." And then crawls back over to Tessa. "This one has already chosen." And then there is, in your vision, there is B and Ambrose down at the bottom of the stairs. And you can tell that they're like illusions, they're visions. And the Black Widow spins a web around Tessa, goes down and spins a web around B, bites Ambrose in the neck. And then you see a vision of Noah snapping the web that links the two of them. Does it say anything specific? Not really. But it was a pretty open-ended question, and that's the best answer you got. So take that as you will.
Yeah.
And then you walk it, everything goes back to full speed, boom, and you guys bust into the apartment and sort of lock it behind you. Meanwhile, B, you are making out with Ambrose, and Ambrose is into it. There is no doubt Ambrose would absolutely fuck B right out here on the street if B was into it. No doubt about it. He is super, super turned on by this. But he does eventually. I mean, you guys. I mean, you tell me at what point are you satisfied that you've gotten the job done? I mean, as far as what you're here for.
Once the once the top floor, like where the web is, starts to get smoky. Okay. They probably move to the car. They're probably not just standing on the street.
Right.
They probably fuck in the car.
Okay.
If I think about it, they probably fuck in the car.
Fair enough. Yeah, what's your sex move? Does that activate? Does it matter?
My sex move is kind of boring this season, but it just says, when you share intimacy with someone, mark experience if they love you. And they mark experience if you love them. But Ambrose doesn't get experience.
Right. And Ambrose does not love you.
I did not think so.
Okay.
But I think that once B has decided, like, okay, this building is deaf on fire, she will look back over at him and she's like, there are only maybe 2 places they could have gone.
All right.
She's in the passenger seat this time, though.
Gotcha. And he's somehow during all this he's busted his lip, so he's sitting there sort of doing this.
And I think she probably initially will navigate him to Noah's house.
Okay.
But then probably realizes that they're not there because there's not any of the cars in the driveway or whatever.
Oh, wouldn't there be a babysitter? Sorry to, but like, isn't there a little kid there?
Yeah. There's a kid and two relatively young twins, right? I mean, the twins are adolescents. So yeah, there's a babysitter, and you see her. Actually, you do see when you drive up or drive that way, you see Noah's mom arguing with her dad. I mean, there's a blatant argument happening out in the driveway, and you see her mom shove a suitcase into her dad's hands, and she gets him in some sort of weird ass armbar or something and a lock, and basically shoves him into his car. And by the time you pull up there, you hear him say, "Get the fuck out! Don't you come back!" As he's pulling out of the driveway.
Bee's gonna roll her window down. Hey, do you know where Noah is?
No, damn it. No, I was hoping you guys might know. She's texted me back with a thumbs up when I asked her if she was burnt to death, and I guess she's okay. So, but no, I was hoping she was with you.
No, I thought she might be here.
Well, tell her we're very afraid for her. We're very scared for her. Please, to call us or something, okay?
Will do. And she'll roll her window back up, and now I think she will navigate them to the apartment.
Okay. So,
which I guess Ambrose knows how to get to because he's been there before.
He has been there before. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you say, "Take me to Tessa's apartment," and Ambrose goes, "All right, here we go." And at that point, I think we'll take a break, and we will come back here in just a second. And yeah, I can't wait to see what happens. I have no idea what's going on. So here we go. Everybody, we'll be back in just a few minutes. We'll say 10. It might be 15. We'll say 10. All right. Bye.
Okay, we're good. I just gotta rearrange some y'all in your frames, but you can go
Oh,
ahead.
God. All right. Are we on? We're good or no? We're waiting for you. Are we on? Hey, how's it going? Okay. We are, my computer died during the break, and so now that throws everything into disarray. Once again, Josh is causing chaos purely by accident. So, let's get into, this time at least it didn't involve a fire extinguisher. So, let's get into where we currently are. B and Ambrose have just set the web on fire. Most of the web has fled for a safe house in New Orleans. The Louisa and V are the only, well, and we'll go ahead and say Tessa are the current members of the web who are still operating in RoguesPort, and Noah is currently resisting the urge to devour any human being that walks by on the street. So, let's pick up with V and Noah and Tessa. Where you all are at the apartment, at Tessa's old apartment, which is still hers for at least another week or so. What's the plan? What's the conversation like? What's going on?
I think Tessa goes in and just sits on the couch and doesn't say anything.
I'm gonna sit next to you and say, I'm gonna kill her.
I'm gonna kill him.
And I'm gonna put my hand out and wait for you to take it.
I don't.
Then I take your hand.
She doesn't react.
I'll look at Noah and say, are you in?
I think as time has passed, Noah has gotten progressively more, like, eyes are getting darker, and, like, maybe, like, some teeth are getting a little sharper. She's like, I'll kill anybody at this point.
I think about that time when you say that, it kind of triggers something in Tessa, and she thinks about the burn that she got and kind of winces a little bit now feeling that pain, and she's gonna reach down to, she's in like a vest, right? That's what we decided.
Mm-hmm.
And you notice that right over the left side of her chest, the fabric of that vest is like burned, like singed, and she pulls it back, and there is a burn print right over her heart. And it's probably blistery and maybe a little bleedy.
Does it evoke a shape of any sort, or is it just a general burn?
I think it's a, if you look at it closely enough, it looks almost like a handprint. But I think if you look at it from the right angle, it looks, because it's like, like the hand, it was B's hand, or maybe the side of her face or something, from
Right.
when she was holding her. And I think if you look at it from the right angle, it almost looks like a cracked heart.
Noah, you turned your phone off completely, didn't you? Okay. You get nothing. You get nothing at all.
Am I still very, very bloody?
Unless you've cleaned up, you tell me.
I don't think so. I think Noah's gonna excuse herself and go take a shower.
Okay. Sure. So and at this point, I mean, you guys are monsters, but it's been a hell of a night. You guys are no doubt pretty exhausted. it's up to you if you decide to sleep tonight or not, or plot and plan your revenge, or battle as it may be.
I don't think Tessa sleeps.
Yeah.
Okay.
V's
I
not
think Tessa just
sleeping.
stays on the couch, and if V wants to talk about a game plan, Tessa will listen and maybe chime in, but
I think V knows you well enough that you're not going to want to talk about anything.
Okay. So Noah, you come back out of the shower, freshly cleaned up. Does Noah have a bit more, how to put this? Noah, in her new sort of darkest self situation, I picture Noah being a little more, I don't know, slinky, sultry, maybe a little bit. Maybe not. Am I wrong about that? I mean, a little more predatory. I don't even know how to describe it, really.
I mean, yeah, you could consider it like predatory, I guess.
Okay.
Definitely, there's a little bit more maybe confidence as well. Like
There you
very,
go.
because I feel like Noah was always very like hunched in, kind of like slouchy, and so now there's like this smooth, graceful way of moving.
Okay. So you come out drying your hair, and there's two people silently sitting on the couch ignoring each other. And you get a sense, a split second before you, a split second before you hear car doors shut outside. Somebody's here. And your senses are just super attuned right now. You can't tell who it is, but there is prey around somewhere. There's not, I mean, you knew when you walked in here there were other people in the apartment complex. But yeah, somebody special is downstairs. Just got here.
So I guess whenever she hears that, like her head like will automatically like flip towards wherever the noise came from.
Okay.
And
It came from outside. There was an open window, and you heard the door shut outside.
I think she's gonna immediately start going to the door.
Going to the door as if to go outside? Okay. So you walk that way. V and Tessa, you see her going that way, and we cut to B. You pull up to the apartment complex, and you see V's car sitting outside, and parked right behind Tessa's stepdad's truck. And Ambrose says, "All right, here we go," and gets out of the car, just assuming we're going to go do the same thing, set this place on fire, and be done with it.
She'll follow him, out of the car. But she is like, I need to have a conversation, with the girls inside. I'll be right back. And she'll wink at him.
And he grins. And he goes, "Don't be long, you still owe me a favor." And he leans against the car. But he's not planning on following you. He's going to wait right here.
Cool. So she'll go up to the front door. And I like to think that as Noah like goes to open the door, B is standing there.
Perfect. I had that same vision in my head. No, you go to open the door, and there's B about to knock. And now all four of you are right there.
You should call your mom. She's worried about you.
Okay.
And I think B just walks past Noah.
As soon as Tessa hears B's voice, V, you feel Tessa's whole body tense. She doesn't move, but their whole body, just every muscle, tightens.
When you do that, I'll stand up.
And do you walk in the apartment?
I think she takes a couple steps past Noah.
If you come in far enough that Tessa sees you, at least out of the peripheral, I think I don't look at you. I just say, get out of my apartment.
She's not paying any attention to you. She's here for V. She's gonna pay for that.
Pay for what?
For killing my dad. And then just leaving.
You really want to talk about killing people? And just leaving?
She killed him on purpose.
And you didn't burn down my fucking house on purpose.
You weren't in there.
You don't know that.
You left. I saw you leave. I saw Louisa leave.
It doesn't matter. Would you have burned us down with people inside? I know this is not the first time you've done this shit.
I have never killed anybody for the purpose of killing somebody.
You just burn things down for fun?
More or less, yeah.
Can I roll to lash out physically?
Absolutely.
Oh, she's gonna get shoot me. This just started.
You can roll the lash out physically, sure.
Okay.
Kill me already.
Okay. Is that with hot?
Lash out physically is volatile.
Volatile, yeah. You go.
Okay. Okay, that'll be an 11.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you do harm, and she. So describe it. How do you lash out physically?
Oh, I think I punched her.
Okay. B, you get like sucker punched, and it takes a second for you to realize what's going on. V, you currently have you are currently still in charge of the scene because as a tenor hire, you get to keep control.
Did Ambrose come in with her or no?
No, Ambrose stayed outside.
I think when you're on the ground, I'm gonna say, "Where's Ambrose?"
Outside.
I will look at Tessa and say he's outside.
This has nothing to do with him. He just drove me here.
I'm gonna keep looking at Tessa and say he's outside.
Tessa stands up and will walk past you out the door.
I'm gonna roll to lash out physically now.
Okay. Roll for it.
Mine was a 9.
On me?
No, on V.
On V? Okay.
I think like while V was telling Tessa that Ambrose was outside, V fucking hits her.
Okay, so on a 7 to 9, you do harm them. You've already obviously taken a harm from her lashing out at you. You do harm that. So
hey, how many harm does it take to be unstable? It's 3, yeah, or is it 4?
3 is unstable.
4,
I think 4 is
4
dead.
is death.
That's what I thought.
Are you getting close?
I'm at 2.
Okay. All right. So you were hurt. But anyway, with a 7 to 9, she takes a harm, but you get to choose one of these. She learns something about your true nature and gains a string on you, which you'll get to decide what that means or in what way that takes effect. I get to choose how bad the harm turns out, or you become your darker self, which you already are.
Oh, I think that she learned something about my true nature, and I think it's that there's a spark when I hit her.
Okay.
I think that it's not like a flame, but I think it's like, you know, like when you're like trying to light a fire with like flint and steel, and you just get that little spark.
Yeah.
I think that happens like when I hit her.
All right. And V, there's no mistaking that she did not have something in her hand. I mean, you're trained enough to look for that sort of thing. These sparks came from her. She is currently quite hot, as a matter of fact. You can feel that.
As I walk out, I'm gonna walk out like towards Ambrose, and as I pass B, I say, I recorded the whole thing and sent it to your dad. Good luck explaining that. and I walk out.
As soon as B hit V and like Noah saw that, I think Noah's gonna try and like grab her arms and like hold her, like grab her wrist or do something to hold her arms to herself.
B or V?
B. I'm gonna try and like try to restrain B.
Man, our names are too similar.
I know, and we both have like a posse of the opposite gender. It fucking sucks. I realize that.
So, okay. So you're being held back after getting a good burn, and you have a red mark. It's starting to. It's almost like you got hit with a hot iron or something, like a clothes iron. V. So.
And Noah would know. I guess I don't know if Noah has like senses, but you would notice that B is physically very warm.
Noah can get hurt. I don't know if Noah really cares at this point.
That's fair. That's fair.
So, all right, V, you're running the show. What's going on?
I say you cut because I think at this point we're just gonna keep beating the shit out of each other right now.
Yeah, we're
I need
Okay.
to know what happens next before I like good soup somebody. So
Okay.
thank you. Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
I
Is
understand.
this a good soup apartment? Is
Oh
this
my
is.
God, it is.
I wrote a whole villain speech. Don't worry, it's coming.
okay? I'm just saying, is this the apartment where the soup is extra good?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
The number of times while I was on vacation we said good soup was shocking and
Good.
warmed my heart. Okay, Tessa, you tell me how when you exit the apartment, do you have any emotion on your face? Are you just dead inside? What sort of?
It's still that flat, empty, no emotion, far away kind of look.
Okay. I am looking at something real quick. Okay. Ambrose is vaping, leaning against his Porsche out at the street, and he doesn't even see you at first. And he looks up and goes, "Oh, hey, did B find you? B was looking for you." He's got a smirk on his face.
I pull the gun on him.
Whoa, 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 whoa. That's not necessary, is it? What's this about?
Fuck you. What do you want with her?
He sort of tilts his head. He goes, "She's super hot and interesting. What do you want with her? Same thing you want is."
She is everything to me. And you took her from me.
Did I take her? Really?
Shut
Or
the
did you,
fuck up.
or did you give her
Ambrose.
away? Which one was it, Tessa? I had a girlfriend. I had two. I had three. I haven't spoken to them in a week. None of them.
I
This
step
girl-
toward him.
He takes a. He's looking at the gun. You can tell he's got this look on his face like he's trying to be Mr. I don't give it. I'm super cool and in charge, but you're getting to him. He looks up and he goes, "You think she's worth killing for?"
She's worth dying for.
I
And
mean,
if you knew her, you would know that.
I've never been too good at dying.
I can see that. Call her. Tell her you're leaving. Tell her to come out here and get in your fucking car, and the both of you leave.
I mean, I will. What if she says no?
Just do it.
Okay. Takes another drag off his vape, sticks it in his pocket, pulls out his phone, hits, calls. Meanwhile, inside, there's a girl fight happening between two monsters. And B, your phone starts ringing, and it's Ambrose.
Still restrained, aren't I?
I mean, that's up to you. I'm really curious to see. Honestly, you guys need to describe this scene. Because if we've got a whole villain speech written, we gotta. I don't know if that's.
Real talk, is this a finale or no? I don't want to good soup somebody until the end.
All right, then we're gonna say no.
Okay.
We're gonna have one more episode after this. There's no way we're gonna fit in everything we want to do.
Thank you.
Before the end of this episode. So
I'm not gonna get good soup. At least for now.
Yeah.
No.
All right. So you guys, just for narrative purposes, have maybe pulled apart, trying to breathe, trying to size each other up.
I think we probably both got at least one more punch in.
Okay.
While they were talking outside.
Yeah.
Noah.
Question though, is there blood?
You tell me.
B is probably bleeding. B's gotten the shit beat out of her today.
Yeah. B is in rough shape. I don't know about V. V, what do you think?
I would assume.
No, there's some.
Not a lot. Maybe just like a bloody lip situation. But I mean, I think V would be aware of that because of Noah.
Yeah,
in the
Noah's
room.
right there. Noah, what are you looking at? What do you see? What does Noah see? Nope.
Chilling on the floor. Is it not working?
There we go.
Okay, I clicked it. It wasn't working. Are they just like chilling on the floor right now? Like, what are they doing?
They're breathing hard and staring at each other, and they've punched each other a couple of times. They're bleeding pretty good. But at the moment, there is a pause, a lull.
Okay, I have a question. Earlier, you said that there was like a prey outside. Is the prey B or is the prey Ambrose?
The prey is Ambrose, for sure. B, you recognize the once B got up here, you realized, I mean, sure, everything's tasty, but there's something extra tasty about Ambrose for some reason.
So I think what Noah's going to do is I think she's going to lean over to V, lick her lip, and then say, I'll be right back, and then head out and go see Ambrose.
And as she does that, that's when your phone call happens, B. Your phone rings. It's up to you if you pick up. This may not be the best time. I don't know. PP. Your phone is Ambrose's phone.
Yeah. She answered. Sorry, I was trying to see if I could find the Black Widow skin in the drive, but it's not there.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah, put it in the chat.
But no, I think she answers it. If we're not actively hitting each other, she'll answer it.
Okay. You answer it, and Tessa, you obviously overhear this. Hi, B. Tessa's down here, and thinks it's time for us to leave. She's pretty insistent. You come along?
I'll be right there. And she'll hang up.
Beep. And we'll be at Tessa real quick. He hangs up. She's coming down and we're leaving. Just like you wanted.
Tessa doesn't say anything and doesn't move. She just holds the gun in his face and just stands there.
Noah, you come outside to Tessa holding a gun in Ambrose's face.
No reaction.
Okay.
Fuck it.
He goes, then Ambrose, for his part, sort of, hey, you gonna get everybody out here? I can take everybody home. What's up?
I think Noah gets real close. Even she's in front of the gun. She doesn't care, obviously. Fuck it, she doesn't care.
You sure? And Yeah, Ambrose bizarrely looks a little more nervous now than he did with the gun in his face, just a little bit. He's put off. That is weird.
And you said that he's different. He smells different.
He does.
She's gonna smell him. I mean, and
Okay.
she's gonna like cock her head. What are you?
He cocks his head back. He goes, "I'm just the hottest guy in school. What do you mean?"
I don't believe you.
He says, "Assuming I don't get shot." Assuming I don't get shot, I can show you. And he's a little nervous. He doesn't know what's going to happen here. A lot of times Ambrose is the kind of guy who looks like he always knows what's going to happen. But here he has no idea what's going to happen. And he keeps looking at Tessa and he keeps looking at Noah. But he gestures to the trunk in the which in a Porsche of this type is actually in the front. So he gestures to the trunk of the Porsche.
I think Noah likes that nervousness, like that. That I mean, doesn't turn her on, but like that gets her like excited.
Gotcha.
She's like, "Do it."
And he goes around to the front and he opens the trunk up. And when he does, he pulls out what looks to be a longboard, a green like skateboard, and he hands it out to Tessa. He says, "Can you hold this for a second?"
Tessa does not take it. She has the gun just pointed directly at him.
All right, look, fine, and he sets it down. And he goes into the trunk, and you see him pull out what looks like a big sort of old army jacket that looks a little too big on him. And he reaches up and he sort of messes with his hair. It does like this, and it gets all sort of wild and curly. And as you sit there and look at him, his face changes a little bit. And he grins, and his eyes turn green. And he gets this little look on his face. And he picks up the skateboard and he sort of leans against the Porsche. He goes, "I never really liked driving, but I'm not from around here. Some people know me as Rory. It's been a while since I've been around. And you guys sure have made it exciting."
And he like is obviously very like physically different.
Physically different. He is skinnier, smaller, shorter. He is he looks very similar to the way he did whenever B was driving to the audience. He looks like he has no idea what's going to happen. He is scared out of his mind, and he loves the feeling. It's like this is some sort of. He loves not knowing what's going to happen.
So
But he goes,
some
yeah.
shapeshifter.
"Well, I'm just not from around here. I'm not sure if you believe me, but maybe you would. I mean, you're not like the rest of us, are you?"
How would you know that?
Well, look at you. How many times have I seen you covered in blood? Tell you what, you tell me your secret, I'll tell you mine.
No. You tell me yours and I'll tell you mine. You're the one with the gun
I'm
to
going
his
to hold you
head.
to that. I'm going to hold you to that. Okay. I'm from a land pretty far away. The Irish call it the Fey Realm. People around here call it Fairyland or what have you. I'm what's known as a leprechaun. I haven't been around for several years, and it is incredibly boring. It's never boring here, though. Never boring here. And you people sure make it exciting. If I die here, I'm dead. You kill me, I'm dead. I've never been close to dead before. So I have no idea what's going to happen. And he looks up at Tessa. He goes, I don't know what you're going to do. But you look like you're ready to kill somebody. He looks at Noah. I don't know what you're going to do either, but you look pretty hungry. So, if you got a wish, I can help you out. But until then, I think you owe me a secret, don't you?
All right. Fair's fair. She turns to Tessa, squeezes her hand, and shoots herself in the head.
Holy shit! Holy fuck! Tessa! Holy shit! All right. Well, didn't expect that. Cut to B&V. Noah just walked out of the room. This is about 5 minutes before you hear a gunshot, so you haven't heard a gunshot or anything. Two are staring at each other. V, you were under the impression you probably could take B out, but you would be... There's a good chance you'd be mangled or maimed or God knows what. I mean, fighting someone who can control fire, that doesn't go well for anybody. B, I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know what you tell us what's going through B's mind, or just have a conversation. Just say it out loud. Whatever is happening now. You guys are in charge. You tell me.
She's not gonna say it out loud, but B is thinking, that this isn't gonna work tonight, but she's not giving up. She's gonna wait a little bit and get all of her strength back, and then she's gonna V is gonna go up in flames, and so is the rest of the web.
V, what is going through V's head right now?
I think one, she's hoping that, I think she assumes that the web is fine. Really, it's not stupid. But I know she wants B dead.
V wants B dead?
Mm-hmm. And
Why?
she knows that means that she'll be out of the web.
So why does, maybe it's obvious to everybody, but why does V want B dead?
Because she's killing people with no purpose.
B is? Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Boom! You hear a gunshot. Came from the open window. You heard it. And you hear, holy shit! Holy shit! Ambrose is cussing. What do you do?
Oh, B runs outside.
You don't even go to look at the window, you just immediately run outside.
Nope, I'm outside.
Okay. V, what do you do?
I look out the window. Because if I hear Ambrose, then it's fun.
Okay. Well, it's fine until you see Noah lying dead on the ground with a gunshot.
But also, I know that Noah comes back.
Okay. All right. Sure.
I hope.
I would have just fucked myself.
How many times can she come back alive?
I know.
Sorry, she was on your last life. That's the way it goes. Oh well. The end. Big the end. Over
No, there was no limits on the move. There's no limits.
Okay. All right. That's true. You got me.
Video game,
Yeah.
you get 3 lives, bro.
You you bust out the door quick. Tessa, you can't help but look over your shoulder. And when you look back, the person who had described himself as Rory looks like Ambrose. B, you never saw. You see Ambrose standing there, like going, holy shit, with Noah with a gunshot in her head on the ground. Tessa holding a gun, smoking gun.
Do I know that Noah comes back? I think I do, right? Like, we've had that conversation.
Well, I think Maggie was like the one that.
Maggie told me. Maggie told me. That whole thing
we all knew.
happened. Yeah. We know. Okay.
That maybe B.
I don't know if B knows.
I don't know if B knows, but I know.
She thinks he's
so.
a vampire.
She's also convinced that Noah's a vampire, and I
That's
don't know.
true.
I don't know if you can shoot a vampire and it'll kill him. I think you have to like stake him.
And so I think knowing that I know about Noah, Tessa just ignores Noah's dead body for now, and it still has the gun on Ambrose, and turns to B and just makes direct eye contact with her and watches to see what you're gonna do.
I think when B comes out, she fully anticipated Ambrose to be the one who got shot. And when it's Noah, how far am I taking? I'm trying to figure out how far I'm taking this fucking vampire bit. I think that she is just gonna look at Tessa like, and without I know that they are like estranged at the moment, but I still feel like they can communicate without really saying anything.
Yeah.
And I think B is shooting Tessa this look of like, did you do that?
She did it to herself. He wanted her to prove who she was. Is that how he got you to do it too?
No, nobody can make me do anything. You should know that. Why do you have a gun?
To protect myself? To protect people? I have nothing left. You made sure of that.
When she says that, I think B is gonna look back at Ambrose for a second, and then back at Tessa, and then probably to Noah, and then I think she let's go home.
You're saying that to Ambrose?
Yeah.
I want to gaze into the abyss.
Okay.
I want to know. What I want to know is I want to know, does B like Ambrose more than me? Like, does she care about Ambrose more than me?
Okay, roll.
Ooh, that's no good. Oh, that's a 7.
Okay. So you get confusing visions, but you get your answer. Have we gazed into the abyss with Tessa before?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. The way I pictured Tessa's gaze into the abyss is things suddenly turn animated, very sort of punk rock, like with like voice bubbles, speech bubbles over people's heads, and a lot of sort of animated guitar riffs and stars and fucking black lightning bolts everywhere. And you can see the thought patterns in B's and Ambrose's head. Ambrose cares about having fun and loves B in as much as she is the most fun person he's been around. But only B can tell you, only PP can tell you what B really thinks. Now, feel free to make it as confusing or as whatever as it needs to be, but they did succeed.
Man, I sent you in the chat the answer because I don't know how to make shit confusing
Okay.
and alarming.
There you go. That's okay. Oh, you sent it to me. Okay, gotcha.
I
No.
sent you the answer, yeah.
Okay. All right. Gotcha. In the chat on the Zoom? Okay. Okay. Gotcha. So what you see is it's glitchy. This whole thing is glitchy. This is new to you. You are having a hard time, and you see the one thing you can see in this crazy ass speech bubble over her head is it's on fire. The whole speech bubble's on fire, and you just hear Tessa, Ambrose, Tessa, Ambrose, Tessa, 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 Tessa. Your name is spoke a lot more than Ambrose's in this speech bubble. It's not clear. Nobody's saying, "Hey, I love you more than Ambrose." But she's conflicted. She's confused. She doesn't understand why you are acting the way you are. She doesn't understand that she may have hurt your feelings, apparently. But there is no doubt that if she were to have to choose, like for real choose, that she'd choose you in a heartbeat.
I think that changes things. Oh, that's not the answer I was expecting. She drops the gun to her side. Like, it's still in her hand, but it's not pointed at Ambrose anymore. Why, B? Why do you keep going with him?
Ambrose is still not. He's not in the car, is he? He's still outside. He can hear me.
If this would be simpler, narratively more fun, if he was not there, then he could be in the car waiting for you.
Yeah, no, he's in the car. She looks straight at you. He's safe, and Josh fucking.
I almost choked to death. Ambrose is safe. Holy shit balls. Okay.
He's more stable. I mean, his family is established, and can buy their way out of anything that I get myself into, and I don't have that. I've never had that.
I haven't either, B.
Then you understand why I need that.
I understand that I have done everything for you. I have always been there for you. I have tried so hard to make you feel safe and comfortable. I have sacrificed my needs and my happiness for you every single time. Why is it not good enough?
I think she sighs. Because feelings are feelings, and power is power, and money is power around here.
You already have so much power. You don't even know. And Tessa brings the gun up and points it at B, and then takes a deep breath, and the tears start pouring. All the tears that she's been holding back. And then she points the gun at her own head.
Tessa, no. Tessa, do not.
I don't have anything left. I'm not stable. I have no family. I have no home. And I've lost you too.
You do have a family. They're not here, and I know that
They left me.
and I know that
They
your
left
mom,
me.
They're kids.
They don't want me.
They're kids, Tessa.
They will forget me.
Your mom took them.
And they will forget all about me.
No, they will not, because
Yes,
you are their sister, and they know how much you love them, and they are not going to forget you.
It doesn't matter. They're better off without me. Just like you're better off without me, right?
No. Ambrose is going to lose interest in me in a couple weeks.
So you need me here to catch you when you fall, is what you're saying.
That is not what I mean, Tessa. Fuck. That is not what I mean. You are the person who has always been there. And I love you for that.
But it's not enough.
It is enough, Tessa. But I can't make you feel like you are enough. I cannot give you what you obviously need from me. And I'm sorry for that. Please don't do this.
I think Tessa's just frozen in the moment. Does V say anything? I'm assuming you see this from the window.
Oh, V 100% sees this from the window. But like, I don't think she can get down those stairs fast enough to stop you. So I think she's just watching.
No, go ahead.
If I can't be enough for you, then let the web do it. There is a family for you.
They just want to use me. I'm useful to them.
They don't.
Just like every other fucking person on this planet. I only matter so long as I'm useful. That's all that matters.
They don't seem like the type.
They've said it. Those were Louisa's exact words. B. The only reason V invited me was because she thought I would be useful.
Being useful is better than being dead.
I used to think that too. It's really fucking exhausting. Being useful but not good enough. Just leave B. I know you think you're here to settle some sort of vendetta. It's not going to end well. For anyone.
I'm not going to leave while you have a gun held to your head, Tessa.
You tried to kill us like 30 minutes ago, B. You burned down the building you thought we were in. You clearly don't give a shit. You would have let me burn in that house while I was trying to save you. You did this, and she'll pull her vest aside and show you that burn wound.
B will turn around and get in the car.
will tell you. Oh.
Nope, Tessa just stands there for now. She's
the moment she sees B get in the car, she's gonna run down.
It's several things happen at once. Ambrose, when you get in the car, is sitting like sideways in the driver's seat, like he's been just watching underneath, trying to see what you guys are talking about. And he looks and he goes, You're good? You ready to go?
Please.
Huh. That's not how I thought this would go. Also, I didn't know your friend was suicidal, or I wouldn't have asked her for her secret. I apologize for that. That was terrible.
She'll be fine.
Okay, and then he accepts that and turns the key. Car starts. Right as the car starts, you hear Noah comes back right there immediately as soon as the car starts, and like sort of sits up straight, and sort of has her hand against the car, and you hear Ambrose go, "Holy shit! Oh my god! Holy hell!"
I told you she'd be fine. Can we go home?
Fucking shit! You got some awesome friends. All right, sure, yeah, fuck, let's go. And he waits for sort of Noah to get her footing, and V, you bust out right as Noah is waking up.
I don't know how to do this.
Okay.
Maybe this is like a roll thing, but I want to take the gun and just shoot it towards the back window of the car. Statistically, I don't know if I'm going to hit anything, so I don't know if that's a roll thing. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna hit
narratively, are you trying to kill someone, or narratively you want that to happen?
Yeah.
You have to get the gun from me first. It's still pointed at my head.
No! Okay, I thought you had dropped it.
No.
I just want to, is that lash out physically?
Yeah,
I want to take the gun.
I would say lash out physically would probably, or shut someone down. They're both the same roll, though. No, shut someone down's cold.
Let me do lash out physically. Okay. It's a 9.
Okay, you succeed at a cost, which means you have to choose whether they learned something about you, or I get to choose how bad the harm turns out, which there's not really harm involved, or you're a dark self, which you already are.
Yeah.
Not to make the decision, but I have a thought on how the harm could turn out if
I was gonna say, I feel like it has to be harm.
Go that route.
I have a feeling we have the similar ideas, but I want to hear what you have to say.
You're taking the gun away, and Tessa has it pressed to her head with her finger on the trigger.
Yeah.
So
I'm not 100% sure I want to kill somebody on a...
I don't think it... I feel like if you're so focused on B leaving, if I grabbed it, I think anything, if it went off, it would be to an angle.
Yeah. I just as myself, as Josh, refuse to kill someone because someone rolled a 9 on a lash out physically roll. That's not going to happen. Or at least
I still have not decided whether or not Tessa's going to shoot herself. So,
okay, all right. Let's look at this. Okay.
It's fine. You can have the gun. If that's the narrative route we want to take it, that's fine.
I can see it grazing you.
Yeah, I can see.
If you shoot at B, I think there's going to be an issue.
Yeah.
So who are you shooting at? Who are you attempting?
I'm trying to hit Ambrose.
Okay. You're trying to hit Ambrose. Now, you did not fully succeed on your thing.
Mm-mm.
So, you bam, 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 empty the gun at the back window. Back window shatters, back tail light shatters, and the car swerves, like, violently. But it keeps going. Matter of fact, it takes off at a high rate.
Fine.
and you turn around, and Tessa, you had not realized, has a giant bloody scar, like cutting through, like this is the side of your head that is shaved and like the hair's flipped over, and there's just a giant bullet scar just going right across it. You are on the ground. She's on the ground. And
How many harm?
you are at, we will put you at 3 harm total.
Wow.
I was already at 1, so I'm taking 2 harm.
You're taking 2 harm. You, whatever it is, you're at 3 harm now. You are unconscious and at death's door. And Noah, you are finally coming sort of to your full senses, figuring out remembering where you were and what's going on. And you just witnessed not only V, most likely accidentally, shoot Tessa in what looked to be a very serious situation, and then start shooting the fuck out of at V and Ambrose. And right now, what's the expression on V's face? How's V? Is she like breathing hard? Is she got a angry look? Is she?
Oh,
is she
she's fucking
stone-faced?
pissed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what you see right now, Noah.
So I think if she saw like the shooting at the car, shooting at Ambrose, she's gonna stand up next to V. Be like, that's too bad. He smelled really good.
I don't know he's a leprechaun, right?
Correct.
Yeah. I don't know. There's something fucked up with him.
He said he's a leprechaun.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, whether he is or not, we'll get him.
Let's get Tessa inside, and I'm gonna look at you to help me pick up Tessa.
Tessa's currently bleeding from a head wound.
Bleeding from a head wound.
Yeah.
And Noah, you are still in your darkest self. I need you to roll to keep your cool. I've been letting you off the hook.
13, baby.
Oh my god! All right, well.
I think if that she like kind of like backs away, and she kind of like shakes her head at V. You gotta get her out of here.
From you? I'll immediately start taking Tessa to the truck.
Okay. And then the scene cuts to a swerving and driving Porsche, currently having just spun out around the corner to get away from the lunatic shooting guns. And Ambrose goes, "Holy Jesus Christ, this is incredible. This is awesome. Your friends are insane. They're fucking insane. Oh, I can't believe it. Dude, how have you lived with them for so long? How long have you even known them?" And he turns and looks, and he's like, "Hello?" And you sort of smile a little bit, B, and you go to say something, and a bunch of blood comes pouring out of your mouth. And the credits roll. And that's the end of the episode. The end. The ties that bind. Episode 9, part 1 has ended. There you go, guys. So that's a part 1 of our finale. So the true end of the show, or season, will be next Monday.
I fucking hate you.
Me?
It will not be next Monday.
What?
It will not be next Monday.
Oh, why not? What's going on?
PP out of town next Monday.
Oh my god. We might have to pick a different day. Whatever day you're available then.
I can do Tuesday.
Tuesday, done, decided.
Tuesday, we can do Tuesday.
All right. So everybody will be a day late, but we're going to be, it'll be worth it. I promise. I guarantee you. This is
I need a drink.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Well, we all need a drink, so we're all gonna go fix ourselves a drink. I suggest everyone at home go get a drink too. What the fuck, everybody. We love you. I love you guys. I love you guys right here. Even though you hate me, and I don't blame you, I love you guys. So we're gonna go. Thanks everybody, and we will see you. We will see you next week, next Tuesday.